Hey guys, it's Kaylee from K-Books, and this is my second catch-up post because of when I couldn't do videos, and this is the books that I read in June. I'm going to go through the ebooks first again, and some of them that I'll leave to the end I can't show because I've lent them out or I swapped them or whatever, so I'll just add pictures of those ones. So the books that I read this month: City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare, and this is the fifth book in the Mortal Instruments series. I gave this book 4 stars. I thought it was really good, and I thought the storyline in this one was better than City of Fallen Angels, which was book 4, but I gave City of Fallen Angels 5 stars. When I rate books, I always go by my overall opinion. It's not just about the story, just about the writing or whatever. It's about how I feel overall. And this book took me a long time to read. I loved the storyline. I thought it was really great, and I can't wait for the next one to see how it ends. But I read pretty quickly. I've read a 700 and odd page book in 2 days. I do read quickly, but this book took me a long time to read. It took me over a week to get through it. And because of that, I knocked a star off. And although I thought the storyline was brilliant, because for me it was quite slow, and because it took me a long time to read, I did take a star off. But it's still brilliant, and I would definitely suggest this series to anyone who loves paranormal, urban fantasy. It's a really great series. I also read Sacrifice of Passion by Melissa Bourbon Ramirez, and I gave this 5 stars. This book is fantastic. I'm not going to say much about it because it'll be spoiler, because I hate spoiling, and so much happens in this book that anything I say could be classed as a spoiler. I've worked with Misa before on blog tours and stuff because she's a publicist for Entangled Publishing, but this was the first of her books that I actually read, and I loved it. It's fantastic. I've got her new one on here ready to read, and it's my next read. I'm really looking forward to it because I absolutely love this. So if you like contemporary with like a paranormal twist, this is the perfect book for you. It was brilliant. I also read The Moon Dwellers by David Estes, and this is the first book in the Dwellers saga. I kind of read this month. I beta read this for David, so this is from David. So I really just skimmed through this and read like his, because I'd already read it technically, so I just sort of skimmed through the ARC copy. I gave this 4 stars. I think it's a brilliant start to a dystopian series. It's very different from all the other dystopian books that I read, and I actually have the beta read for the sequel, The Star Dwellers, on my Kindle right now, so I will be starting that very, very soon. But I really enjoyed this, so if you like dystopian books, I would definitely suggest The Moon Dwellers. I thought it was really good. The last ebook I read this month is Revamped by Ada Adams, and I gave this 5 stars. It's brilliant. This is about a vampire who is sent to this place called Angel Creek. This place has vampire guardians, and they have gone missing, so she has to go and recruit the new vampire guardians to protect this town, and it's so good. This is one of the most original vampire books I have ever read. It's fantastic. So I really, really enjoyed this, and I'm really looking forward to the new one, the second one, which will be called Reawakened. So if you want a new vampire story that's really original, something you're not going to have read before, I would suggest Revamped. It's really great. I only have 1 paperback to show you, but it has 3 books in, and I rated these 3 books separately. So those are The Soul Screamers by Rachel Vincent, and this has the prequel, the first and the second book in. I love this cover. Isn't it beautiful? My Soul to Lose is the prequel. I had read My Soul to Take before, I read that about a year ago, but I had not read the prequel. So going back to read the prequel is definitely worth it. I gave the prequel 5 stars. I thought it was really good. It's a really good introduction to the series, and you see the reasons why Kaylee acts the way she does in My Soul to Take. It really gives you the backstory of her character and what happened to her before My Soul to Take. And I thought that was a really good prequel, and it's definitely worth reading. My Soul to Take, book 1 in the Soul Screamer series, I gave 5 stars. It was a reread, I did read it last year, and I love it. It was my first book about Reapers that I had read, and I really, really loved it. I thought it was really good. It's a very unique concept to me because I haven't read that many books about Reapers, and she doesn't know what she is. All she knows is that she knows when someone is going to die, and she just screams uncontrollably. And the first book is her finding out what she is, finding out about her heritage, and I really loved every moment of it. I thought it was great. I love Rachel Vincent's writing. So then I also read My Soul to Save, which is book 2. I didn't like book 2 as much as the prequel and book 1. I gave book 2 4 stars. It was still good, but it was a lot slower and took a lot more time for me to read. I am going to continue with the series at some point and read the rest. I actually have the brand new one up on my to review shelf, so I will be reading them soon so that I can review that book for the publisher. It is a good series, and I'm looking forward to reading more and finding out more about Kaylee and Nash and Todd, and I do really like this series, and I'm hoping book 3 is better than book 2. So the rest of the books that I read, I have swapped one and my friend has the others. So the first one is Saving June by Hannah Harrington. I gave this book 4 stars. I really liked it, but I did swap it because it is a really sad book, and I don't think I'd read it again because of how sad it is. It's about this girl, I can't even remember, I think she's called Harper, and her sister dies, and her sister always wanted to go to California, so she takes her ashes, and her and her friends go on a road trip to California to scatter them, and it was really good. It's a really moving book, but it's very sad. I cried so much at it, so it's definitely not one I would read again because of how sad it was, so I did swap that. The next one is a reread. The next 3 are rereads actually, and it's Demon by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the prequel to her Covenant series. I love it. It's fantastic. It's very short. I had it as an ebook first, but I think I've deleted it off my Kindle now because I got the paperback. They do usually go on this shelf because this shelf is my Jennifer L. Armentrout shelf. She's my favourite author ever. And my friend is going to a signing, so she has my books at the minute so she can get them signed for me. I give Demon 5 stars. It's a great prequel to this series. This is a great series that I would suggest that everybody read because it's fantastic. I won't say much about Demon because I'm going to tell you what Half-Blood's about. So the next book that I read is Half-Blood by Jennifer L. Armentrout. And I also gave that 5 stars. It's another reread. I love that book. It's about Alex. She is a half-blood. It's this Covenant world where you have half-bloods and purebloods. Purebloods are descendant from the gods, and half-bloods are descendant from the purebloods. So I love it. It's fantastic. It's a great series. I absolutely loved the series, and I just reread it because I was getting an arc of book 3. So I gave that one 5 stars, and if you haven't read it, you have to read it. It's fantastic. So the next book was Pure by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which is the second book in the Covenant series, and I gave this 5 stars. It was absolutely fantastic. I think it was even better than Half-Blood. Half-Blood got some criticism because it's got similar themes to Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead, but in Pure, all them similarities sort of like just go. It's not similar at all, and it's fantastic. It's just so great, and I don't want to say much about it because if you haven't read the series, everything I can say is going to be a spoiler, and I hate spoiling books for people. So they were the rereads, and the next book is the last book I read this month, and it is my book of the month, my favourite book of the month, and it's Cursed by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This was an ARC I got from Spencer Hill Press, so thank you, Kate, for sending me it. And I gave it 5 stars. It's fantastic. It's I knew it was going to be brilliant because Jennifer wrote it, and all her books are just brilliant. It's a standalone novel at the moment, but I believe it has a potential to be a series later on if she decides to continue it. And it's about this girl called Ember, and her little sister has a gift. She can bring things back to the dead, and Ember was in an accident and her sister touched her and brought her back from the dead. So now Ember has this gift where if she touches anyone they can die. She has a very lethal touch, and I absolutely loved this book. I read it in one sitting. It was absolutely amazing. Again, I don't have it to show you. I did get a hard copy ARC, but I've lent them out to my friend. So that was my book of the month. It was absolutely fantastic. If you haven't read anything by Jennifer L. Armentrout, I highly suggest you do, because they are absolutely brilliant. My favourite books ever. So that's all that I read this month. So thank you for watching. Bye!